Let's do a little highlighting over here. Let's grab the second sheet, the November individual. Let's select the range H8 through 35. Now I'm going to hit Shift Control down arrow, just highlights everything. I don't think it's going to work in my IT lab, but if you're working on your own sheet, it will work. On my Home tab, I'm going to go to Conditional Formatting. Here I'm going to select Highlight Rules. Now, being that my column has names in it, which is text, I'm going to say text that contains, and I'll just use that first one as Janish. Notice it's highlighted because it is already in here. Now, if I wanted to pick Smith or something like that, I would then type that into the box. We're going to change the color to green with dark green text and select OK. Let's select the sale price. So from E8, Shift Control down arrow to E35. We're going to pick the top 3 cells here. So we're going to go Conditional Formatting, Highlight Rules. For this one, we are going to say the top and bottom rules right here. And we're going to say top 10 items. Now we're going to adjust the top 10 and we're going to say only the top 3. So I'm going to scroll down and notice as I click down, pretty soon it only has those items. And I'll say OK. So now I only have the top 3 selected. Next one, we're going to select some data bars. So I'll go from F8, Shift Control down arrow, highlight the whole thing, go back to Conditional Formatting, and here's my data bars. Now, while I'm here, let me show you something that is on the Moss exam. And that might be, they might ask you for traffic lights. Maybe it'll say unrimmed. So here's 4 traffic lights. Here are 3 traffic lights. Notice that there are 3 traffic lights unrimmed, 3 traffic lights rimmed. So if you get something that asks for traffic lights, it's in the shape icon. All right, so what are we looking for? We're looking for data bars. So we're gonna go data bars, gradient fill, and let's select the orange. Now I have some bars in here. And let's go over here to the ranch style. Select the entire column. Now this one is gonna be a little bit different. This one is going to use an AND function. Now how that works is we're going to say new rule. We're going to use one that has a formula. So we're going to say use a formula to determine. We're going to type equals AND open parenthesis. Now what this says is both arguments have to be true for this to work. We're going to look at sales for Banks. Now Banks, his name is going to be over here in the I column. So we only need to look at the very first one. So we're going to say I8 equals, being that we're looking for text, we must include the quotes. So we're going to say quotation, Banks, quote. If you don't spell it correctly, it will not find it. We want a new argument, so we have to have a comma. Now we want to look at commissions, and we want commissions over 25,000. So commissions is in G, so I'll say G8 is going to be greater than, so I want over 25,000, 25,000. Again, I did not add a comma. Why? Because Excel will see that comma as a new argument. Right, our formula's in. Now let's click on the format because we want to format our cells, make them look a little different. Let's select bold, bold's the text. Go over here to fill, and let's make them yellow. Now, if I wanted, I could put a box around it, border. I don't think this one's in your instructions, but I'll do it anyway. I'll say an outline. We can pick a color. I'll go red, and I'll say OK. Now, this is what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. Click OK. Now, here I can see I have 3 sales from Banks. Here's Banks. And his commission was indeed over 25,000, Banks over 25,000, and Banks over 25,000. That looks good. Now let's group our sheets. I click on the first sheet, right click, select all. My sheets are now grouped. Let's go to page layout. Being that this is long, I'm going to say I want the orientation to be landscape. I think most of my things will be landscape. Let's hit a Control P. Let's see what it looks like. 6 pages. I only have 2 sheets. I don't need 6 pages, so we're going to scale this down. Let's take a look at what we have. Here's 2. That doesn't do me any good. 3. Yeah, that one's okay. Here, orphaned columns. We don't want that. So let's go back. We can say fit to one page on the width, because we know it's not going to be tall enough. Let's go Control P. Now we're down to 3 sheets. I think I can do better. I'm going to go back, and here I can say 1 page. Now we can also maybe select margins, custom margins, and here's my page layout. I could say fit to 1 page here as well. That would work. Sometimes we're not going to want the length on 1 page because we may have several hundred rows, and if we try to put several hundred rows on 1 page, it's not going to look very good. So landscape, margins, header, footer, always put a custom footer in. I'll put my information over here. The section here is going to be the sheet name. One over here is file name. Now, if you are going down here and going into page layout view, go into the custom view. It's way easier. Click OK. Let's do a quick print preview. I always want to see my work before I turn it in. I'm on 2 pages. Perfect. Page 1 looks good. Page 2 looks good. That's perfect. Now, being that I have everything set up the way I want, I will go File, Export, create a PDF or XPS. Boom. I don't have to change anything, but I do have to make sure I select Options, Entire Workbook, OK, Publish, compress both your files together. If you have a problem with that, remember you can go back and look at one of the other videos and then upload the compressed folder, and the folder should have the same name as the files. All right, that's it for me, guys. We'll talk to you later.